So important. So, you know, and so good on you for managing to maintain it, and don't be taking it for granted, because it could disappear at any time, as Robert Kennedy pointed out earlier. So.
Well, it is significant that the Constitution is now being spoken of as an artifact that can be changed and altered. The New York Times.
Hello, my fellow Americans. It's so lovely to be part of a double act that would have seemed somewhat unlikely just a short decade ago, with my esteemed colleague and fellow clinical psychologist, Dr. Jordan Peterson, everyone. In this presentation of Rescue the Republic, brilliantly organised by the great Brett Weinstein, around applause for Brett. I'd like to allude to the fact that it can't have been easy to get a licensing permit for this event, when surely at some point you'd have had to have explained what its purpose was, its proximity and its location, other than holding the event on January the 6th. I don't know what he could have done to have made it more administratively challenging for himself. So once again, Brett Weinstein, thanks for holding this event. Dr. Peterson and I have been on a rather unusual journey. I don't mean literally, we arrived separately, but by God we'll be leaving together, won't we, Doctor? To arrive at this stage. I'm an Englishman, I'm not from your great country, I admire it and you very deeply. I'm not traditionally what you might regard as a Republican or a Trump supporter. I have arrived on this stage via Hollywood, via liberalism, via all sorts of images of freedom in the form of decadence and Epicureanism, the mindless pursuit of pleasure as a god. But I stand before you today, thankfully with a professional psychologist, because I could go crazy at any moment, baby. Because I admire your spirit of freedom and your liberty. And it seems to me that once the MAGA movement is joined by Robert F. Kennedy, and Tulsi Gabbard, it becomes plain where the true anti-establishment sentiment lies, and it is not with the current incumbents of the White House, who for all their rhetoric advocate for further and deeper and more expensive wars, who seem keen to lubricate the pathway to authoritarianism and totalitarianism with talk of protecting the vulnerable. During the pandemic period, we saw how they protect the vulnerable by imprisoning the majority, by medicating everybody, by obfuscating facts, by concealing truth and controlling freedom. I, like many of the organisers of this event, believe that this is a critical moment for us. Not just the ordinary rank and file supporters of the Trump and MAGA movement, although to you, of course, I'm open-hearted and full of deep and Christian love. But also to people that would never consider voting for Donald Trump. It is to them that I reach out in earnest and say, if you care about democracy, if you care about freedom, if you care about ending war, if you care about your children's health, ultimately if you care about freedom, this is the time for you to do something decisive and different. I pray for a free and fair election in November. I pray that great American heroes like Edward Snowden will be revered and heard. That international martyrs like Julian Assange will be accredited. That the defense industry, the big food industry, the big agricultural industry that prohibits, curtails and oppresses ordinary farmers will the serious opposition that it requires. And if it takes me, an Englishman, and the great Dr. Jordan Peterson, who is, whatever his great credits, he's still Canadian. He's
So far.
They're working on that, aren't they? We're here in support of more freedom, and collective freedom. So with that, I will now ask you, Dr. Jordan Peterson, why did you, because now, well, this is a segue, I'm moving to an interview now, where I've spoken for a long while. Any of you that know Jordan Peterson, or you've never seen Jordan Peterson not talk for that long, have you?